Before we conclude, a word of caution. Wide angle lenses are unforgiving if not used well. They show everything, every element in the frame, every distortion, every mistake. So, before pressing the trigger, make sure you police the edges. Check for intrusive poles, trash bins, and even bright distractions that pull your eye away from the subject. Now, let's see what happens when the wide angle works against you, and then, crucially, how to fix it. TSC 17 mm. The atrium of the ITC Grand Maratha Hotel in Mumbai, one of the finest hotel interiors in India. A neoclassical atrium, multi-story colonnaded galleries, a central rotunda, mosaic floor, and yet this photograph is uncomfortable because the camera has been tilted steeply downwards and to the right. The canopy arch intrudes awkwardly. The vertical lines lean and distort. The perspective is so warped that the beautiful interior becomes confusing. The wide angle did not cause this problem. The camera angle caused this problem. And that brings us to the single most important rule in architectural wide angle photography. The rule is simple. Keep your camera parallel to the ground. The green tick camera is held level. The sensor plane is perfectly parallel to the ground. The three red cross cameras are tilted, one angled upwards, one tilted left, and one tilted downwards. Any tilt, up, down, left, or right, will introduce converging verticals and distortion that fights against the image. It is not the lens's fault, it is the angle of the camera. And here, the same atrium, the same TSC 17 mm lens, but now with the camera held level. I have used the shift function of the lens though. The difference is immediate. The vertical lines of the galleries are straight. The perspective converges naturally towards the far arch as the eye would expect. The rotunda sits centrally. The floor mosaic reads clearly. Same lens, same space, same focal length, completely different result. The rule before you press the trigger on an interior or a building, level your camera. Use your camera's built-in level. Discipline here costs nothing and it transforms the image. Before the bottom line, a quick quiz. The next slide shows a photograph. I want you to look at it carefully and tell me, or at least think about, the focal length of the lens. Use everything we have covered. The perspective, the foreground-background relationship, the sense of depth or compression, the depth of field. Have a look. The answer is 70 mm. This is the Himalayas, Mount Everest at the center, shot from an aircraft window. It is a breathtaking subject, and yet look at what the lens is doing. All the peaks feel stacked close together. The foreground mountains and the background peaks appear almost on the same plane. There is no dramatic foreground element pulling you in. The point of this quiz image is not telephoto bad, wide angle good. No. The point is learn to read focal distance or focal length from an image. And once you can read it, you can choose it intentionally. The right lens for the right situation. That is the entire lesson. The bottom line. Depending on the situation, use the right lens. The wide angle is a magnificent tool for vast landscapes, for grand interiors, for scenes with strong leading lines, for situations where you need depth of field from near to far. But it is not a substitute for seeing. The wide angle will show you everything in the scene. Your job as the photographer is to decide what the scene is actually saying and then choose the lens that says it best. Keep the camera level, find the leading line, place your foreground with intention, and understand which of the four characteristics are working for you and which ones you need to manage. Sometimes that is 17 mm, sometimes it is 70 mm. The lens does not make the decision, you do.